NFL Week 9. It's actually closing day at Santa Anita. So this will be your last chance for about 6 weeks to play into one of these Santa Anita Pick'em contests. It's also a mandatory payout in the Rainbow Pick 6 and in all your exotics today. Eric from ETOF21 Sports joins me here, Gino Bucola, to help get you set up for the Sunday Santa Anita Pick'em contest. It's the final one of these. And if you're just joining us, maybe you haven't played in any, kick back today. Register for this. It's free. You don't have to deposit anything. And if you win $1,000. Eric won one of these contests a couple weeks ago. He's got $1,000 coming his way. Eric, buddy, you and I have done a lot of these on Saturdays, so we've talked a lot of college football. This is kind of fun to do a Sunday one to get a little talk a little more NFL here.
Yeah, these contests are great. Free to win 1,000, you can't complain. And I believe if you have the highest,
the cumulative total, like if you've made the most correct picks, you're going to win. And if you've just gotten involved in the most of them, you'll also be able to win. So they want to encourage everybody to play in all of these. And I know they're going to be back again December 26th, the day after Christmas, for the meet when they come back to race at Santa Anita. But let's talk about today's contest. Totally free to enter. All you do is go to the website, pick'em.santanita.com, pick'em.santanita.com. You'll see this is what it looks like on the website, on the front page. Read any of the rules if you are curious. And remember, it's just a 1 point per prop. So every prop that you get right, you get one correct point. It doesn't really matter if it's, you're picking a 5-1 shot in the race. You're not getting any bump for that. So you're just trying to stack winners along the way. Eric, talk to us about this one. What do we have for combined yards in the Rams-Bucks game? Where did you go?
I went a little high. I know you just look at both these teams' average, it comes out to the mid 600s. There's some distinct advantages that both these teams can take advantage of. Both these defenses are kind of putrid. So I went 852 total yards.
Yeah, I was higher than what the average would be, but I was in about the 750-ish range. And what's nice is every time you submit, it'll let you know, and it'll give you that little alert that your tiebreaker has been submitted. Eric, let's move to Cardinals Seahawks. This is just a straight point spread game. This is one of the harder games for me to pick on the board because everything that I handicap would lead me to believe that the Seahawks have been a better team. They've been much more competent, but this number is a little bit trappy here with the Seahawks in Arizona. Arizona is home in here, so they're a slight home favorite in this one. Where did you lean?
I took the Cardinals. I think this is kind of a trappy game.
I do too. The more we're getting to it, you know what I mean? Like we're talking it out and it just.
And the more this Cardinals offense is completely different than with Hopkins. We talked about it. There's an adult in the room now. I absolutely I like the Cardinals here.
So we get to Rams Tampa. This over under is 42.5. These are two teams that were your last two Super Bowl winners, Eric, but they have not been competent this year early on. They have not looked great. But you were getting at a point earlier where I do think there might be some positive reasons to believe that in this game, these two teams might be able to move the ball a little bit better than we've seen them recently. So I'm going to lean over the 42.5. Based on your total yards, I would think that you're probably going over too, right?
100%. Both these defenses are not that good. I think this is going to be an up and down the field. And I think the weather in Tampa is supposed to be decent. So I'll take the over as well.
Yeah, you just look at both of these two teams. They're just not great offensively at all. Tampa, I believe, is your 18th offensive DVOA, and the Rams are even worse than that. They're 23rd. They haven't been great. And the defenses, honestly, these two teams overall haven't been good. This feels like a really nice get-right spot for them. I think they both score some points in here. We're both going over. Which team will have the most passing yards on Sunday? Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams, Bucks, Titans, Chiefs. How did you look at this one, Eric?
I just went with the Cardinals. I don't trust the Seahawks secondary. I think they've been playing a little bit above the head. I think that game's going to balloon over, but I think that game's going to have more points. That's why I went with the Cardinals. I think the Titans are going to slow down the pace with the Chiefs. And
let me just say, I'm not going to pick the Chiefs because everybody's going to go Chiefs.
Yeah, I think
so. I'm going to anti-Chiefs, and I can't go Titans because I don't know what their quarterback situation is like. So now I'm down to the other four, right? That's kind of how my process came. And I think I'm with you. Like I'm in the Seahawks Cardinals game as it's one of those two teams. And you have, like, you're talking about Hopkins. He just gives them such a nice target out there to rack up some extra yards. So Cardinals might be the play. You know, that might be the smart way to go. Either Seahawks or Cardinals, whichever pick you make, it'll let you know that your pick has been made. Eric, what number will be higher, the Chiefs' total points scored or the highest win payout on the Santa Anita card on Sunday?
I think it's going to be a little bit of a chalky card today, so I went with the Chiefs.
I did too. I didn't really. Let's play it out in our head. I think the Chiefs are going to probably score 30. Right? Like, I think that's probably pretty safe, like a safe number for the Chiefs. If we say 30, that's a 15-1 shot on the card. So if you're looking at the races and you don't really see a horse that you think can win that's 15-1, then I think you go total points scored by the Chiefs. Eric, number 5, just a straight pick the winner of race number 5 at Santa Anita. I think you and I are on the same horse in here. Talk to us about your selection.
I went with the 7 horse, the Devil Among Us. You know, Phil Delamato, good trainer, good ROI. Plus, I think he gets the lead off the break. I think he's going to break well, and he'll get the lead and he'll just coast.
This is not a strong group based on the horses with experience. Devil Among Us is a first-time starter that looks very, very live. I agree with Eric. I think he comes out running. I like the 7, Devil Among Us. As we move to Chiefs Titans, this was a hard one, Eric, because I think I'm going to lean Titans. Vrabel's pretty good in spots like this where he's a big underdog. What is really just tough from a handicapping standpoint is if Tannehill is hurt or if Willis has to play quarterback for the Titans, I just don't know how they're going to be able to score. They're going to try to run the ball. And if they can score early in this game, God, this will help our chances of covering so much, because if you can just get 1 or 2 possessions where you score, take a lot of time off the clock, it might make it tough for Kansas City to cover a big number like this. I'm going to lean Titans. Very rarely am I going to lean laying a big number. So I'm going to lean Titans in here.
Yeah, I like the Titans too. You mentioned it, Vrabel, covering God. And I know a lot of people talk about Andy Reid off the bye, but if you just look at Reid, he's only 44% ATS when he's laid in a double-digit number.
And only 5-4 off the bye ATS with Kansas City.
Yeah, so
and that's not a number where you'd make a whole lot of money, right? That's just an average number. So,
yeah, I'll definitely take the Titans.
Let's go Titans. Me and Eric both on the Titans. Santa Anita race number 7 is just a straight pick the winner, Eric. I'm going to chalk out in here. I just think Catarini is going to be able to get the lead from the inside. I don't think there's all that much other speed in here. So I think the 1 is just going to be sent hard from the inside. And you know what? Looking at the way the rest of the selections have been made, like Catarini isn't being overwhelmingly selected. Between Catarini, Jerusalem, it's actually Dear Bo, who 37% of folks have selected. So you and I are both picking kind of obvious horses, but they're not even the horses who are the most fancied so far. I think you're on the 3 here, right?
Yeah, the Miller Hernandez combo. I like it. I think, I think he's one of the 2 that can win it. So I'll take him because he's a less percent pick. Look to eliminate a couple people in this.
Jerusalem getting a little class relief coming into the Peter Miller barn for the first time. I'm going to the 1. If you went to the 3, it would let you know your pick has been made, or you come back to the 1, Catarini, and it tells you there. We continue along to Chiefs Titans over under 46.5. Now, this one was difficult for me too, because we hope for a Titans case, it's probably more under. Is that how you're looking at it?
Yeah, if you like the Titans in the game, you have to like the under for the total.
Because you have to play it out in your head. How are the Titans going to win or cover this game? It's a low-scoring game. They run the ball, less possessions for the Chiefs. So for me, if I'm Titans, I'm under. I think if I was Chiefs, I would probably be over, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Let's move to head-to-head, Lincoln Hawk versus Red Flag. And this is race number 9. It's a down-the-hill race. Eric, I think you and I were both on red Flag in here, right? Talk to us a little bit about the 9.
I'm on.
You're on Lincoln Hawk because you were talking. You think Lincoln Hawk might get the better trip in here now? like
Yeah,
coming from off of it.
I think with how the pace is going to shape up, him coming off the pace, I think it's better for him, and I'll take Lincoln Hawk.
I'll lean red flag, maybe a little more lightly raced with a little bit more upside. Red flags race down the hill. Last time out was very good. That might just be what he wants to do. So give me red flag. Eric and I, we go our separate ways here with number 9. In number 10, it's just a pick the winner of race number 10, Eric. So this one is pretty simple, pretty basic. I'm going to go to Square Cat, who I think's been consistent. Square Cat always shows up with a good effort, but Square Cat is just 1 for 11. I think in talking with you, you just felt like the chalk was going to be pretty tough to get by in here, right?
Yeah, I just don't know how he can lose. I hate saying that, so he probably won't lose. He probably will lose, but I just don't know. And how I played it out, I just don't know how to lose.
So I'm going to Square Cat. Eric will go to the 11 in Vronsky style. If Eric makes that pick, it'll let you know your pick has been made. If you want to change right back to Square Cat, you can do so. Prop number 11, Eric, who will have the most rushing yards on Sunday? Derrick Henry or Mahomes, Kyler Murray, Geno Smith combined? Who do you think?
I'm going with Derrick Henry. I think the Titans make this a competitive, low-scoring game, so I'll take Henry.
Yeah, and all of these guys, I think perception may think they run more than they do. These 3 quarterbacks, like they're not slow quarterbacks. They can scramble, they can move their feet. These guys don't have a lot of designed runs. Kyler has not been running nearly as much.
But the only worry point is Kyler did go for 100. So it's basically, you just kind of got to look at it like this.
Yes.
Who's going to rush for more, Kyler or Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
That's how you have to look at it. I throw the other 2 guys out.
I completely agree. And that Kyler hasn't done it as much as often, right? Like he has a ceiling that he can do it, but he consistently hasn't been running quite as much. Whereas for the Titans, the only chance they have is Derrick Henry. They're going to hand it off and pound, and it's going to be Henry. So I agree with you. We're on the Henry side there. The last one, I can't give quite as much analysis when it comes to hockey, Eric. Panthers, Ducks over under 6.5. I just went over in this one. I won't try to talk anyone on or off of a play.
Yeah,
but
Ducks defense is putrid. That's all you got to know there. Ducks defensive putrid.
And if more people are going under, and we know that their defense is bad, anytime it's close in one of these, I'm always going to go with the lesser owned, right? I'm always going to try to zig when other people are going the other way. And so this is a perfect chance for me to go over.
100%. Absolutely love it. And I think we got a good card, dude. I think one of us could win this win this G today. Let's
take this down, Eric. Man, this has been a blast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and helping me out over the last 5 weeks or so. I know Santa Anita really appreciates the work that you put in and helping us out and promoting these contests. So a couple hours for everyone out there. If you want to get involved, you still have plenty of time to do. Remember, they're absolutely free. You can kick back and watch the football games all Sunday while you're getting the action here and you're playing along at Santa Anita with that mandatory payout in the Rainbow Pick 6. Eric joins me to talk football every single week on my podcast, on That's What G Said podcast. We also talk football over at Better Than Vegas. If you want to give them a follow at BTV Bets, we preview college football games every Friday for the Saturday slate. Then every Sunday morning at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern time, we go over the entire Sunday football slate. And whether it's horse racing, football, college, basketball, I can promise you we will always come prepped, researched, ready to rock and roll. We truly want to help you make money, and we're truly making these wagers ourselves. So we have a lot of experience with wagering, what to do. This is right. This may not be the way to play it. Eric, thank you so much, buddy. I'm glad you were able to take one of these down. Now let's see if I can take mine down today and get the winner here. Hopefully we'll have you back when we come back after Christmas when we do these again. You've done a great job, buddy.
Thanks, man. Looking forward to it. Best of luck.
Good luck, everyone out there, folks. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Have an awesome Sunday.